Hi, I'm Oblissey.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to RNG abuse for eggs from breeding in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, or Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and in X and Y version. It works the same in both games. With that out of the way, the things you're going to need are standard breeding stuff like Everstone, Destiny Knot, all that kind of jazz. Um, you're also going to need hacked 3DS for, as per all Gen 6 RNG, to find the initial seed, so that's uh, custom firmware, NTR custom firmware. You're going to need PokeCalc NTR Gen 6. And then last but not least, of course, you're going to need the 3DS RNG tool. So um, it's right here. I will link that in the description. Now, if you're using NTR and you're connected over Wi-Fi and you know your 3DS's MAC address, and not MAC address, IP address, you can go to the Gen 6 Toolkit tab and you can connect it via that way. Otherwise, you can just enter your initial seed normally. So I'm going to hold A while booting up my Alpha Sapphire, and I'm going to hold the left D-pad until my screen flashes a few times. Then I click the one-click button. The reason I'm not showing you guys this is because I don't want to show my IP address. Pretty simple. So with that out of the way, you just mash A to get until the game loads up to you like normal. Now, Um, my game's going to freeze for you guys for a minute. I'm just going to fix that really fast. This would not affect you guys in any way. This is just me. The streaming does not work unless I... Oh, no, crap. The streaming does not work unless I disable PSS. So it should pop up really soon for you guys. There we go. Okay, so with that out of the way, there's a few things to get that you guys need to know. First, what you're going to have to do is know your Pokemon stats, and you can do that in this software. So on your screen, if you the game is going, you hit start and right, your party shows up. Then if you hit select and left or right, you can scroll through to see your party stats and stuff. And if you go to the 7th Pokemon, you see your trainer shiny value. So there you go. And you can get rid of that by hitting start and right again. So you can pause by hitting select and left. Just some basic commands. Then you're going to need to know your egg seed, which you would hit by hitting start and down, and then you can pause by hitting select and start. But you have to make sure you're on the correct route. So there's 2 routes of daycare in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. You can change it by hitting, hold on, hitting select and left here. So I'm at the Battle Resort, and I'm going to pause again. So that's my egg seed there. Um, Now the first thing, once you've got all this set up, you're going to need to put a Pokemon in there and generate an egg, which I actually will do right now. Actually, before I do that, to be honest, what I want to do is check something. So you have to enter your egg seed in, so I'm going to do that right now. It's D42A, D42A, F40D, then what's the second one? 3DDA0C19. Excellent. So my male or my female is the Ditto. You have to make sure that's set up correctly, and these are all the stats. This is the gender ratio. My Vroki is holding an Everstone, and my guy is holding a Destiny Knot. But I wanted to see if I dropped the Destiny Knot, if I could get a Hidden Power Fire. So I'm going to do that. So for the IVs, I'm going to search like this, see if I can't get anything. And then I'm going to click Shiny Only. Now, if you're using Masuda method, you have to check that, so I am. If you're using Shiny Charm, you have to check that, and I'm not, so I don't have it. But make sure those are imperative to check if you're using them. You have to change the level to 1, and I want to search for Hidden Power Fire, see if I can't get that. The frame range, it should always be from 0 and then to however long you want. This is just how long you're willing to wait is the high number. Consider delay and to accept should both be checked. Then you hit calculate. And I got nothing shiny for Hidden Power Fire. That's very upsetting. If I just reset this real quick, hit Hidden Power Fire and Shiny Only. What do I get? Can I get a Hidden Power Fire at all? No, I get no shiny Hidden Power Fires. That is super depressing. So I will have to give up on that dream. So then I just want 6 perfect stats shiny, and I will do that. So calculate. Oh, I have to hold the Destiny Knot then, so I'm going to do that. And just to double check, there's no way I can get Hidden Power Fire with the Destiny Knot, because yeah, it's just impossible. So um, the reason is because I have 2 6 perfect stat Pokemon, basically. Then I hit calculate. Okay, cool. So from here, you can see I have a few options. So basically what we're going to be doing is generating an egg, then RNGing. So this is the egg. This is the next egg we'll receive no matter what, right? But by receiving this egg at a specific time, the next egg will be something like this. So what I'm going to have to do here is minimize this, and I'm going to have to put my guys into the daycare and generate an egg really quick. So I'm going to leave 2 Pokemon. And then I'm going to run around. And I'm going to switch to this so it'll tell me exactly when I have an egg. The guy does turn around, but sometimes he won't turn around if you're too close to him or whatever. So it's not too big of a deal. So I'm just going to kind of run around until it tells me when I have an egg. Then I'll figure out how long I have to wait. Now you can have an egg prepared beforehand, like you can have an egg sitting in the daycare, so you don't have to do it kind of on the fly, which would be helpful. So this kid just does not want to produce an egg for me, even though I definitely have the Oval Charm, which is pretty unlucky. I'm just filling time with my voice at this point. There's not much else you can do until there's an egg there. Alright, so there's an egg there. So I'm going to pause the game real quick. Actually, I'm going to see what frame I'm on. Okay. So there's a few things you need to know now. So once the egg is ready, it's sitting there. Now remember, the egg we're getting will not be this egg, right? It will be this egg first, 100%. So what we're going to do is receive this egg, right, at this frame. Now, I am currently on frame 6,738. The frame I'm aiming for is 9,720. If you are the frames, I'm going to hit select. That advances the frames as minimally as it can. They only advance by 2 at a time. So since they're doing that, that means if you're on an odd frame, you can only hit odd frames, and if you're on an even frame, you can only hit even frames. But luckily, you can quickly change it by saving, so that's not too big of a deal. So if you were on an odd frame, but you wanted to hit 9720, which is an even frame, you just save the game once. Pretty simple. So from here, you're going to talk to the kid and get all the way up to the yes or no dialog box. Then you just have to wait until it is your time to receive the egg, like the RNG reporter is telling you. Now again, I can't stress this enough. The egg you're receiving will be the -1 frame that you have on the 3DS RNG tool. Now when you get close enough to this, so I'm going for 9,720, when I get close enough to that, like 9,600 something, you hit select and start to pause the frame, and then you manually advance it frame by frame by hitting select slowly. I actually forgot to, well, we'll see. So I'm going for, so I forgot to, in my RNG tool, I wanted a Froakie with a, I wanted a hidden ability. I forgot to check that off, but I don't think it exists even. Yeah, it doesn't, so. I just forgot to check that off. That was just my bad thing. So anyway, as you can see, I'm on 9,678. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit select a bunch of times until I'm at 9,720. And once you get to the frame you're supposed to aim for, here we go, you hold the A button. So now if you hit start and right, or select and right, or hit start and right, and then you scroll with select to the egg, you take a look at the egg. It's exactly the one that I was told I'd have in the RNG reporter. So there's no egg yet. It'll tell me when there's an egg there. But if you take a look, you see my guy's stats. There you go. Take a look. It's exactly this seed. It's perfect. And the next Pokemon I receive should be the shiny one I was aiming for here. So there's the shiny. So I'm just going to take it. You don't have to RNG this in a specific frame. Just hit yes. Okay. hide that away, so there it is. So then if I hit one more over, right? Ooh. Does it not know where my guy is? Oh, it's in slot 4 for some reason. But if you can see, it's matching my TSV. And I will do some quick hatching of that off screen to show you guys. One sec. Alright, the egg should be hatching very, very soon. I got 2 egg cycles left. Here it is. Get rid of this ugly. There you have it, a shiny Froakie. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I will see you next tutorial.